Alhamdulillah, sallallahu wasallam ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa alihi wa sahbihi. So I was asked to speak about Zakat. Very tempted to speak about something else, but I'll stick to the topic, inshallah. Zakat is called Zakat al-Fitr because it has been legislated in the second year of Hijrah at the end of Ramadan. And the purpose of this Zakat al-Fitr is very important to us to understand, is to purify us and to expiate us from the small sins, like the Prophet ﷺ said, طُهْرَةً لِلصَّائِمِ مِنَ اللَّغْوِ وَالرَّفَثِ وَطُعْمَةً لِلْمَسَاكِينِ is also to feed the poor. And Waki', the teacher of Imam al-Shafi'i, rahimahullah, radiallahu anhu, jami'an, used to say, Zakatu al-Fitri li shahri Ramadan kashazdati sahwi lis-salah. When you do your salah and you make a mistake, and at the end of that you do a sajda, it's exactly the same thing. Your Zakat al-Fitr is to expiate you from those small mistakes. So the ruling of Zakat al-Fitr is wajib for the majority of the schools, and for the Malikiyya and Sunnah. It's not wajib as in it is a pillar of the religion, but for that particular ibadah. And the conditions for zakah, of course, we have to be a Muslim and we're fasting. And the second one is to be capable, to have enough wealth. So the majority of the schools, they have a certain definition of who is required and responsible to pay the zakah. The one who has enough food to eat for himself and his children the night before Eid and the day of Eid. Because if asked the Prophet ﷺ, what is the definition of being wealthy or independent? He says, قَدْرَ مَا يُغَدِّيهِ وَيُعَشِّيهِ. As for the Ahnaf, which is the majority, I guess, of this audience, or probably half of them, there's a different definition. And the definition of the Ahnaf is that they have to have a nisab. And as soon as they're ready to pay the zakah, they have to have a certain amount of wealth, whether it's in their property or their business or their gold or their silver. They should have a certain value. And to take a quick estimation of what that value should be, 65 grams of gold or 600 grams of silver. So as soon as you have that, who is responsible to pay? The person who... since we're speaking about the Ahnaf, the Hanafi should... and it's very important to follow your school because you have to be consistent within your own school. So the Ahnaf pay it only for themselves. So if it's a man, if it's a male person, he's responsible for those that are in his household who are not puber. So his children who have not reached the age of puberty, or those who are old and not medically, and who have medical problems, so they're not responsible for themselves. So the person is not responsible for his wife, and the wife who is poor, doesn't have any income, she's not responsible for the zakat. So if she's rich, she can pay her own zakat. As for the majority of the schools, the Malikiyya, the Shafi'iyya, the Hanabila, they are responsible for those that they are responsible in the house. So if you have children, whether they're old or young, whether they go to university, as long as they're considered your responsibility, that you're paying the zakat for them, you pay the zakat for your parents if you're responsible for them, and anyone who is close to you. The time of the zakah, when do we pay the zakah? It is mustahab for all the schools to do it in the morning of the Salat Eid. However, there's three major opinions. The first one, which is the Ahnaf, and this is very interesting. It's يَجُوزُ, Abu Hanifa says, يَجُوزُ تَعْجِيلُهَا السَّنَةِ أو السَّنَتَيْنِ. So you could do it 1 year or 2 years or even before that. Many years before, and the proof that they use is very strong. It's an authentic hadith that Imam al-Albani has authenticated. So this is a very strong opinion, and it's the opinion of the Ahnaf. The other opinion is the opinion of the Shafi'is. You can do it starting from the beginning of the month. So you can dispense your zakat al-fitr right from the beginning of the month. And the other opinion, the third one, the Malikiyya and the Hanabila, you do it 1 day or 2 days before, as per the A'mal of Ahl al-Madinah, which is what Ibn Umar used to do. We used to give the zakat al-fitr 1 day or 2 nights before. How much do you give zakat? So we give sa', the jumhur, except the ahnaf. So the majority of the scholars, they say, as-sa', if you spread your hands like this, and this is the hands of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, 4 of those is 1 sa'. So this is for the jumhur. For the ahnaf, it's half of that, 2 amdad, muddayn. That's how much you give. And what do you give? you gave the elements, al-a'yan, which are mentioned in the ahadith, which is al-qamh, the wheat, al-sha'ir, barley, daqiq, flour, rice, tamr, dates, and zabib, raisins. And it comes to around between 2 kilos to 2.5 kilos, and it's anywhere between $6 to $25. So you choose, inshallah, you follow your imam and do what he tells you, inshallah. So there are 3 different opinions here. I'll just go through them very quickly. I'm summarizing a 40-minute session into a 5-minute session. The first opinion is the opinion of the Hanabila, which is very textual, and they say that it can only be these a'yan, nothing else. The Malikiyya and the Shafi'iyya, they say these a'yan, yes, it's true, but we also use qutul balad, so whatever is considered the food of the land. So it could be, I don't know, lentils or macaroni, whatever it is. And the third opinion is the opinion of the Ahnaf, which is very interesting. He says, yes, we use the value of those things, we use those elements, but as well as its monetary value. In fact, the monetary value is better because it's more useful to the poor. So anyways, this is the summary. And if I were to be a mufti, which I'm not, I could just tell you that the ulama, the fuqaha, when they give an opinion, when they have to deal with a certain circumstance in their society and they cannot find it in their school, they go outside of their school. And I think that you have to borrow from the ahnaf because it makes it easier for us to collect the money and to dispense it to those who are in need and those who deserve. Wallahu a'lam wa sallallahu wa sallam ala sayyidina Muhammad wa alihi wa sahbihi.